you very much. Well, it's my turn to express my great pleasure to see all those people around this table, because as Professor Qadi has reminded us, we are working on this project since 2 years, the dialogue, and Charlotte is here to testify on the impressive number of emails and exchanges we had in order to bring all those distinguished scholars together and to engage in something that I would say is the outcome of convergence of interests between two different projects. The two have been already presented. So it is for the Institute in London, the idea of governance, and if I may suggest maybe the latest title we have changed the title of our project a number of times, but the latest is governance for public interest, or public good, correct? Public interest, with a focus on Muslim contexts. So this is the project in London, and when we say governance, attention is immediately caught or is directed to constitutions, states, and as David was saying, and macro players, if I can say, in the area of governance. In this is something we have already done. We have had a number of seminars on governance seen from that perspective. But this time we want to do something else, to do something different, and to do it in collaboration, in cooperation with actors in the field. We want to look at governance, if I can say, from bottom up. We want to see how things work, and we think that this is an area where it has been stressed by my colleagues. Discussions, theoretical discussions, philosophical discussions come very close to concrete experience, to what is happening on the ground. And it is here, in a field like this, that maybe scholarship can help change how things are working and change how people behave and so on. So this is why this seminar is of great importance for the project. We are hopeful to see from it, if I can say, to learn lessons about how we could face issues of governance. Not only we will need thinking about major issues, but also by, if I can say, the small steps of experimentation, of listening, of looking at the cases on the ground. I had a discussion a moment ago with a colleague where it was clear that many conflicts that are seen nowadays as religious conflicts are in fact conflicts about something else, something very different. And when we go to these places and listen and see what's happening, we discover that things are quite different, and that our behavior towards these, or our reaction, should be different. So here I had well noted that I should mention some philosophical notions, but I think I'll say just one word. It seems to me, when I look at the discussions on the environmental ethics, that now most debates are about about questions such as, are we here dealing with interests of a chauvinistic humanity that just feels threatened and now needs to care for its chauvinistic needs in the future? Or are we discovering that nature and it has a value by itself? That are we beginning to go beyond what has been an overwhelming perception everywhere, the idea that man is, as Descartes had put it, is master and owner of nature? This is the big philosophical debate, but here again we want to approach it from the perspective of what has happened, and we want to see whether there are lessons to learn from traditions that have been prevailing on the ground in different parts of the world. We know also now that there is quite a gap between normative discussions discussions on what Islam is supposed to imply for people, and what people do in their everyday life in the name or implying Islam. So we know that we want to know, if I can say, whether there are lessons for us from what people have been doing on the ground in their lives, how they have been regulating their relationships to each other and to nature, building on the way they interpreted values. And maybe from these lessons we will be able to learn how we could engage in some processes that may change perceptions of values. I'm not saying change values, but maybe perceptions of values, and maybe obtain also change in behavior. And I am, let me say, very, very, very pleased to see that we have had this luck of having all those distinguished scholars around this table, all these distinguished thinkers. We are very grateful to all of you for coming and participating into this, and we look forward to pursuing this work in the future. Thank you so much.